So hey there guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we are continuing our HTML Canvas series. So in this video we will see how to add interactivity, and we will see something new called event listeners. So to add event listeners we need to say here window.add event listener. So you can see there are many events like mouse move, and for clicking, and for key down, key press, key up, anything. There are many things to get. So before getting into that, what I will just do is modify these because I have messed up with these values, and I found this result as a proper result. So it's two nice results which I got. So now what you can just do is come over here. So we get an error, right? So we get over here because I have specified nothing, right? So now you can see we have huge circles, and till now we are going to make something cool. And what's it? So let me just show you quickly. So we will make something this using the using the event listeners and some basic JavaScript. So now you can see it's very cool and it's very nice. So let's see how to make it from this into that. So what I was saying about event listeners, let's continue it. So here you can use any event listener. So first event listener which I will use is mouse move, and inside that you need to pass a function, and whenever I move my mouse I will print let's print 1 here for example. So now you can see we get 1 over here as I move my cursor. If I stop it, we get the same number as before. If I move it, we get the number changing. So what I will just do, we can pass here event because it gives us something called event, and which will help us to get the values. So now if I refresh, so now you will see I get a mouse event where we get client X, movement X and XY. Client X and XY are similar, means client XY and normal XY we have. And like, let's try this time about key down. Let's try about that. If I press here F, then I get over here. So I got here key down, and which key? So we got here index 71 of the key. So it was right, the key was okay. So it showed the key which I pressed was G. If I again refresh, if I press here A, you can see it gives us A. And key press also does the same thing. If I say key up, means when we release our key, that was when we press our key, and when we release our key we will get this. So we get K, right? So we will use mouse move event. So there are many events, like let me also show you click because it's also cool. If I click over here, we get the width, height and everything. If you just click on this arrow, you will see we get XY. So now let's get into what we need. So if I just console.log event.x, then we should get the x of our cursor. Yes, now you can see we get our x of the cursor, which is 299. So event x does that thing, and that's on click actually. Yes, that's click event. Let me just add here mouse. So you can also try out on anything, like, so now I will try on mouse move. So we get our index which is 148, and what I will just do is create here a dictionary, and I will call it mouse, and inside this dictionary I will add x as undefined and y also as undefined. So there are two variables in this dictionary. So I will set the x right over here. So you know the x-axis which I am setting right over here. So mouse.x is at event.x, or you can also use client x, both are same. Mouse.y equals to event.y. Now you will able to see that in the dictionary what we have. So let me also show it. So there will be no confusion. So now you can see that we have an XY in a dictionary. What I will just do right over here is come down, and now we are appending this. So let's start with the main part which I will go. So first what I will just do is come over here and just come here before the draw function, and I will say here if the mouse dot x minus this dot x is less than greater than sign 50, and mouse dot x minus this dot x is greater than less than sign minus 50. So what we are asking is if the mouse x and y is between 50 and minus 50, is it close to that, then what you can just do is add the radius as 1. So all the circles should increase in the x, right? So it didn't increase because I forgot to add here this. So now you can see it gets the x and it increases. If I hold, it increases a lot. So till now it's not that much accurate. So let's also get this for the y. I will just copy and paste it, and I will just use my alt key and change this all into y. So now it will also check the y, right? So now not all are increasing. Now what I will just do in the function, I will also ask it for the minimum radius and the maximum radius, right? So what this will do, okay, so I will specify minimum radius as 2 and maximum radius as 40. And what I will just do is I will check here if the maximum radius, if the radius is less than the maximum radius, then only increase the size of the radius, or don't. Okay, so I will add here bracket. Okay. So what this will do is it will just increase to a limit. Actually it didn't. Why that is? Okay, so right over here the problem was that I didn't specify here this. So let me just add here this dot, and for the maximum also I will say this dot minimum radius equals to minimum radius, this dot maximum radius equals to the maximum radius. So now it should work properly, and if I check right over here, it should not increase more than 40. So it is not increasing more than 40. And if we see, okay, so it does not increase. And what if I leave my cursor, this circles should be shrinked. So how to do that? Just say here else, and in the else, actually we will need else if, just after this bracket just say else, and I will say else if, what you can just, I will ask for if the radius is greater than the minimum radius. Let me just add here this, right? So what this will do is if we add it normally, then the circles will not increase. That's why I added the else. What this will do, if the cursor is far away from the 50, then you can subtract the radius, right? So now if we see, as I leave, those circles should shrink. If we also add here this, yes, now they will shrink. So now you can see as I bring my cursor, those all circles shrink. And we have the small circles randomly generated because of this piece of code. and now we have it properly working. Now what I will just do is add some color into this. So what I will just do is colorize all the things. I will just close my console and refresh. So now you will see that it's not refreshing. So I have to hit the refresh button. So what we can do is add an resize event, but before that we will colorize these things. I will say here color array, and inside this I will add some colors. So my tool to use colors, to find colors, is cooler. So you can just search here for cooler. You will get the first link here. Just click on explore and there are many things you can find. And I want this for something like light UI, something like light. So let's see what you can get. So I think so this is better. Actually this is a bit more better. So you can find and you can click on it to copy the color codes. And what you can just do, if you don't get this, then you can click on edit and then it will work. So let's copy all the codes and paste it over here. And this color code blue, and then the skinish color, copy paste, and this last white color. Right? So we have 5 colors, yes. And now what I will do is show you how to randomize those colors. So to randomize it, what I will just do is use my math.random. Here I will say this. Actually, let's do it. Okay, so what I will just do is go over here. And right over here I will specify color array. And inside this I will say math.random. And inside this random I will say multiplied by. So I want it from 0 to the, if you want it from 1 then you can say here plus 1. But I want it from 0 and till, and you can say multiply for till. And I want it till from 0 to, let's say, let me also add here plus 0 so you will get an idea. So this is the ending range and this is the starting range. Okay, so the ending range is 5. So what I will just do is say here color array dot length. So it will be a bit like automated. If I refresh it, you get nothing. Why is it so? Let's remove this plus 0 for now. So that's because we are getting decimal value. So what we have to do is say here math.flow. What it will do is round all those values. So we will round up all the values. Math.flow. Yeah. So if I refresh it, so right now we get a bit too much while this effect. So to fix this, I will just cut it and I will say here this dot color is equals to this thing. And what I will just do is specify here my color. Simple, right? So now we should get a fixed color, which should fix everything. I got an error maybe. Okay, so the method is in here. So what's the error right over here? Let's take a look at it. Let me just refresh it. So in the animate function, we are calling the update method. And when we call here draws, so here is the draw. What error we are getting right over here? So I think so the error is, let me cut this and paste it right over here and just comment this out. So let's see if we get any error. So now we get no error. So I didn't know what. Okay, so I was specifying here color. We should do here this dot color. So we have here a properly generated project. So if I close it, so we can see our canvas doesn't resize us. So here what I can just do is add here one more event listeners just below it. We'll say here window dot add event listener. So now we are using window command, so we can also do it without the window. Add event listener, and the event listener will be for resize. Yeah, for resize. And the listener will be function. And here I need to say event. And whenever I resize, what I just need to do is I will create here a function called init. So let's call init function. Let's just call it. For now I have not created. Let's create it somewhere over here only. Where is the init code? So I will just create a function called init, right? Okay, so here I will create a function called init, and inside this function what I will just do is resize the window, something like that, and now it will resize the window. What I will just do is add over here, and I will just say init, just call it. So now if I refresh, I get it. So as I exclude the window, let's make it small and then refresh. So as I increase my size of the window, so the circles are starting to move over here. So we wanted to regenerate. So to do that, what you can just do is reset the circle array. Circle array equals blank. So if we don't do it, our PC will start lagging because there will be too much circles, and then we will regenerate the circles. Where is the generation code? Right. I will just cut this and hop it over here. Right. Let's refresh it. We get nothing. So we get nothing, and when I resize, we get it. So I think so that's because, where is the circle array? So that's because we are defining the circle array afterwards. Let's define it in the top, at the top. So let's define it somewhere over here. So now it should fix it. Yeah. So if I go over here, and now if I refresh, now it should regenerate the circles. So it regenerates the circles whenever I resize my window. So now it is responsive. So that's it for today's tutorial, and we will also see how to detect collision. But these are the basics that we need to start this canvas. So thanks for watching.